Hey everybody, it's so good to see you again today. I'm Pastor Phil here at St. Paul's United Church for Christ in Wausau, Wisconsin. And today we're going to talk about, baking. I'm just outside of the kitchen here at our own church in the Guild Hall, which is where we have lots of events and enjoy a lot of the baking. So when you're baking though, you need some very basic ingredients. And one of the most basic ingredients of all is flour. So flour is what we use to make lots of different things. I have bread, actually it's a bagel. We have pancake mix, which is made out of flour. We have a box with different crackers in, which is made out of flour as well. But how do you make flour? Well, that's a good question, really. So I just happen to have with me today a wheat plant. Now wheat is grown mostly in the Midwest and even here in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, it's called winter wheat that we plant, and then it comes up very early in the spring. It's very green, but wheat looks very much like this. And kernels of wheat look very much like this. These little kernels are on each of these stalks, and of course, then they're harvested, and they come off the stalk, and of course, they're ground very fine, and they make flour. Then the flour is used to make bread or cookies or donuts or bagels, pancake mix, or maybe crackers. Bread is an important part of our diets. All of us have bread in one way or the other, unless we're gluten-free, and then even then, there's different sorts of breads that we can use. Jesus talks about bread in a completely different way, though. I'd like to share a story with you from Matthew. You'll know the story well. On the first day of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Where do you want us to make the preparation for you to eat the Passover meal?" Jesus said, "Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, 'The teacher has need. My time is near. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples.'" So the disciples did as Jesus had directed them, and they prepared the Passover meal, which of course included bread. And in that meal, there's something that we recognize often as the Lord's Supper, where Jesus then took the bread and broke the bread and said to the disciples, "This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in the remembrance of me." And of course, he took some bread, and all the disciples ate of that bread. That is a reminder for each of us that Jesus Christ is alive and well in the form of this bread, in the form of this life that we still celebrate today. So, out of something simple as this wheat that is ground into this flour and made into this bread, we symbolize this bread to represent the body of Christ. And then Jesus said, "Take and eat." This is what we celebrate during communion, taking this body of Christ into our hearts. Be with me for a moment of prayer, kids. Wondrous God, we thank you for not only providing us with the food that we need to eat, the bread or the pancakes or whatever it may be, but thank you for being the bread of life, to nourish us with your very soul. May the heart of Jesus live right inside of us, in our hearts too. Amen. Hey, thanks for sharing with me today. I hope that you are having a good day. And you know what? Maybe you get Mom to make you some pancake mix into those great pancakes. Or maybe you have a cracker or two. Or maybe just enjoy a sandwich. But enjoy your bread. See you later. Amen.